Well, we've got a part of one of our honeybee boxes today, and we're going to be painting one of these up, and I'm going to use this as the front of the hive. So we're going to paint it just plain white, and I want to paint the sides to match for the top cover that I have outside, and then on the back we're going to do a scene, so that way whenever I walk up to the hive and stuff, I'll be able to see some nice artwork outside. So you know, the hive isn't really all that ugly and stuff. But I wanted to show you something that y'all may not have seen before. I know some of the older beekeepers out there have seen these probably. This is a 9-frame box, and you can see it's got a metal strip in here, and it's pre-spaced. You don't have to move these around. You just dig your frame out. Let me go get a frame, and I'll show you how it works. All these frames that were given to me, most of them are really old frames, and so they've got a lot of propolis and stuff on them. But these will fit down in there, and there's really no movement to them side by side very much. They just kind of sit down in there. So the bee space is pre-made for them, and all you have to do is pry it right through here, and then the frame will lift right up. You know, see I haven't got any backing in this frame or anything, but it just fits right down in there, and it's got 9. It's not an 8-frame or a 10-frame. It's a 9-frame, which I've never seen before. Actually, I've never even really heard of a 9-frame. If any of you other beekeepers out there have ever heard of them, then sure, comment on it and let me know exactly what kind. I'm pretty sure that these are Langstraws by the design of the handholds here. So let's go ahead and start painting this up. And we're going to do a little bit of abstract design on the side, and we'll do some, we're just going to paint the front of this plain white. Right, there's a little blue in my brush from something else I was doing. Be alright, because there's blue in that top cover that I've got outside. It's raining right now. Today it's nighttime, but I've got that hive baited up. I haven't had any luck with it yet, so I'm not going to worry about trying to trap any more bees this year, because it's getting kind of late in the year. It's 2 days away from the 1st of December when I start this video, so the chances of bees swarming this late in the year are pretty slim. Although I'm almost positive bees swarm probably just about year round, but the ones that swarm in the wintertime probably don't survive unless they have a beekeeper that's going to feed them. If they swarm out in the wild and find an they find an old tree stump or something, then they probably won't make it, because there's nothing for them to eat. So it's one reason why I set feeders out in the wintertime, is because if there is any out there trying to make it, then maybe I can help them out a little bit, and they can make it through a day or two until they can find some other food. So the idea that beekeepers say, oh, if you don't have bees yet and you're interested in getting bees, then you know, go ahead and put feeders out and start feeding bees, because it's gonna, not only will it be good for your bees, it'll be good for somebody else's too. So, you know, share and share alike, I guess. Even though most people do charge for their bees, I may end up giving some away and then charging just for the materials for relatives or friends or somebody that wanted to keep some, if they were interested in it, that's kind of local and stuff. To me, I don't know if I'd be wanting to ship hives across the country or anything like that. I don't know, maybe if somebody was willing to pay all the shipping and give me a little bit of extra for making the effort to go up to the store. I mean, up to the post office and all. So we're just gonna go with something like that. A little color variation in there, just, you know, just something to make it nice for me whenever I'm out there in the apiary. And this coming year. That I'm in the process of making. I'm going to do a covered apiary because it rains here so much where I'm at here in the south. I'm about 100 miles away from the Gulf of Mexico in Alabama, and so it stays pretty warm here just about year round. I mean, it does get cold, but it doesn't stay cold. It'll get cold for a couple of days and it warms right back up. And I really kind of enjoy the weather we got down here. Don't have to worry about 3 or 4 or 5 foot snow drifts and stuff like that. I'm going to do a stencil on the sides of this box, and that's going to be a surprise. You're going to see what I got. But we got to get this painted up and then let it dry. Now, I'm not going to paint much of this top portion here because it's already got some propolis on it. And the bees, whenever they get inside of a hive, they seal it up. So if you got any moisture problems, the bees will just about take care of that. It rains so much. It's raining right now outside, and the Mobile, Alabama is about 100 miles south of where I'm at, and it is always either number 1, number 2, or the number 3 rainiest place in the entire United States. So as you can imagine, I get quite a bit of rain down here. Anyway, we're going to stop and let this dry because whenever I do this, is going to be a scene and I want to be able to handle it so y'all can see what I'm doing whenever I do that nice little scene there. Anyway, I'm going to go cut my stencils out and let this dry, and we'll come back with that. Alright, now that I got a stencil made up, we're gonna put one in here, and I made up my stencils in words. Looking for the right brush that I can use. Oh crap, where did I do with it? There it is. I got a brush I like to do for these kind of stencils that's flat and round so that you can tap like that. And I'm gonna dip it in the paint here. And then y'all seen me do this before, but you just want to kind of tap it down like this. Not real hard. You want to kind of push the paint up in there because you don't want it smearing out like this. Anyway, I've got 2 words here, and I'm going to do one side of the box and then we'll do the other side. This is kind of sort of got a Harley Davidson reference a little bit. But anyways, you just take and you tap it in there like this. You don't want to tap so hard to where your bristles push out up under the edge of your stencil. Just kind of tap it in there a little bit. And redip in your paint if you have to. You don't want the paint too thick on your bristles. You just want it to where there's a hen on there. Just like this. And you'll have a hive box. Ain't nobody else gonna have a hive box like you do if you do something like this. People will say, man, where in the heck, where did you think of doing something like that? Because I mean, most people that keep bees, they're trying to make a living off of them maybe. But I kind of like to go the extra mile because I want to enjoy what I'm doing as much as possible. And you just keep tapping this in until you get it off in there. Now remember, you got to use an oil-based paint, something that can stand up to the weather outside. The paint that I'm using, it is an oil base. It's made for like painting swings and things of that nature. Maybe some outdoor furniture. So you got the word free. Well, it's kind of hard to hold this up where everybody can see it and paint at the same time. But that's alright. We'll get this done. There we go. Stencil's a little bigger than the daggone box. You know, bees fly around a lot, and you know that's kind of what they do. So on the other side of the box, I'm gonna put ride hard. This one says live free. But this isn't hard to do. It just takes a little bit of extra time. Instead of just doing like a regular paint job, you do something cool like this. And anybody that comes and visits you will think, man, that is so cool. It says live free. You know, honeybees kind of fly around in a jiggly pattern. So I figured, why not put something on there like that. So I'm gonna go finish making my other stencil, and then we're gonna come back and do this side with the ride hard. Let me see, for this side of the box, we got a couple of more words here that we've got to do. I hope everybody can see what I'm doing good. Kind of doing this, as always, I make my videos by myself, so just kind of tap these in. It don't even have to be completely covered. You can leave a little bit of undercolor come through there if you want to. Since this is my new art room, I don't care if paint gets all over the floor, so that's why you see paint everywhere all over the floor from stuff I've been doing. Just like that, you lift it up, be careful with it. it's just something a little different. I didn't want, you know, just plain old looking hives out in the yard. Want something a little different because I do, I'm going to end up turning this place into a, like a little art studio. It's in the middle of nowhere, but who knows. May get some people coming in, maybe even some people wanting some art lessons or something like that. And, you know, have some nice things on the property for people to check out and look at. Ride hard, honeybees, ride hard.